Hi, my name is Matt and I'm the QuoteWerks MVP for 2017. In this video, we'll be having a look at summary lines, both what we can do with summary lines today and what we can do in the new 5.3 version. Simply, summary lines are used to total up multiple matching line items in a document. For example, you might have a few different items with the item type of product. You can then create a summary line item that would total up the product pricing for the entire document. Summary lines are not included in the quote total. Now, looking at this document in QuoteWerks, we've got the beginnings of a fairly complex quote. Complex in the concept of we've got multiple types of item, we've got section header lines, we've got comment lines, and we've got a mix of recurring and one-time services. Let's have a look at what we could do with summary lines in QuoteWerks 5.2. I can add up multiple matching line items in the document. I'm doing this based upon the item type field, and you can see how I've categorized some of these items. I might want to create a summary line to total up all of my items where the item type is equal to monitoring. And you can see there it's taken the $100 and the $20 value to create my summary at the bottom. Note that summary lines do not go towards our subtotals. They are purely for client information. I'll now create another summary line, and this time I'm going to base it off the professional services, based on the 400 and the 150. Summary lines are dynamic, and this means if I were to change anything, perhaps quantity or price, our summary lines update automatically. So perhaps if I were to change this from 400 to 450, we see our summary line automatically update. Let's create one more. But this time I'm going to say where the item type is software or managed services. So I've now got my 3 summary lines which encapsulate all of my item types. Currently, my descriptions of my 3 summary lines don't mean much to the client. Inside QuoteWerks, I can see how the values have been created, but I'll want to give the client something more descriptive, so I might say summary of monitoring. I can either do this here, or when I created my summary line, I could have typed it into the description at the top. As with a number of fields in QuoteWerks, if I hit my F2 lookup or hit my drop down, I can create a pick list of commonly used descriptions. I'm now going to remove all of the summary lines I've created so far. And what I'm now going to be interested in is the new functionality in QuoteWerks 5.3. What I'm now interested in is referencing a section header field, which are the 2 fields in grey. I'm going to tell it for the first summary line, I'm interested in the server and workstation monitoring, but I'm actually not interested in the extended price. I'm only interested in the recurring revenue monthly values. So I'm going to multiply that by 100%, I'm going to choose my description, and I'm going to click OK. So I now have my summary of monthly monitoring for $120, which is only taking into account the server monitoring and the workstation monitoring. Let's say if I were to duplicate this, and let's just call it another service. I'd obviously modify the description and the further detail and the price, of course. Now this could be a completely different item type, but because it is a monthly recurring service, it is still going towards our summary line total. Let's do that once more. So if I now come to my summary line, choose my second section heading, choose the recurring revenue monthly, and you can see we've now got a raft of fields we could base this on. And we can now see that our summary of $12 is taken up of all of the recurring monthly elements from this section heading in the quote. If I wanted to modify my summary line, I can do that from the edit menu or the right click menu, and I might want to say I'm actually only interested in 50% of the value, perhaps because I'm asking for a deposit. And if I'm not happy with the description that I previously set, I can quickly come in and modify that on the quote itself. Let's now have a look at how this could be displayed to a client. So if I come and preview a document, and I'll zoom in ever so slightly. So we have our section headers at the top, acting as a heading line and a summary of the items above. But if I now begin to scroll down, we can see how our summary lines are being formatted. With the power of the QuoteWerks layout designer, you could present this information in several ways. For example, you might have a cover letter which only includes these summary lines. So you're really giving the client a very clear breakdown, which then follows on to more detail in the quote. To conclude, the power of summary lines will really help you answer all of your clients' questions about pricing. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact our support team. They're available via email at support@quoteworks.com or via phone 407 248 1481. Thank you for watching.